Hey everyone, this is Scott, your Hoosier Marshal, here for another video from Northeast Indiana, Monday afternoon, where it's like 52 degrees and the sun is shining. After I had a 3-day weekend and all it did was freaking rain and spit snow, and the temperature was in the 30s. Go figure. Today, I'm smoking Velvet and my Country Gentleman. I already filmed one part of this video. I decided to join the bandwagon, jump on the bandwagon, and make a cooking video. I enjoy cooking. Um, and Mrs. Marshall does not like cooking, so that works out quite well for her. What you're going to get to see was my baked steak that I made using venison backstrap, and it turned out amazing. I made it up to the point where it's ready to go in the oven and bake at 350 for an hour. But I said in the first part that I already filmed that you're not going to get to see it when it comes out, because if I wait and then try to film it coming out of the oven, I try to time my meals to be done when Mrs. Marshall gets home from work, and I don't want to be then trying to put this together and edit a video after she's already home. I would rather do it while I'm here home by myself and not take away my time with her. And I do have to say I enjoyed the portion of the video that I've already made, and I will do some more now. If the weather ever does cooperate and stay nice, I can do some cooking outside. I can be using my smoker, my grill, my Blackstone, and make some pretty awesome dishes. And like I said, I saw Rinky Dink and Greg Tunnel Take made chili. Potter Piper has been doing some cooking. I think it's a good place for us to venture into. I know it's not pipe related, but obviously there is a portion of our group that enjoys it just as much as I do. There's a channel, another gentleman from Northeast Indiana. I think he actually started out smoking a pipe and filming in videos for the YTPC. He doesn't smoke a pipe much anymore, but his channel's pretty interesting. He has a workshop and he dinks around out there and then has little projects that he's working on. He the other day I saw he made a video about why he smokes a pipe. The channel is called Hoosier Life. He's from Northeast Indiana. He probably lives 45 minutes from where I live, and I've been following his channel. And it's probably a channel, if you're not already subscribed to, that some of you will probably like. So give him a look. All right, everyone seems to be making cooking videos. Tunnel Take did it. Rinky Dink did it. Potter Piper has made some videos of some cooking. So today I'm going to make baked steak, but the steak is venison tenderloin. So the first step in this is to take this beautiful venison tenderloin and tenderize it. And without knocking you over. And yes, we had to take a little pause because I did knock you over. All right, and there it is, all tenderized. The next step is to mix some seasoning and some flour to dredge it in before I give it a good deep frying. You can pretty much put whatever seasoning you want in here in the bowl. It's just all-purpose flour. I'm going to put some of this Italian seasoning in there. I don't think I have, I'll look, but I don't think I have any like French onion soup mix, because if you do, that is awesome with this. Seasoned salt. I like spice, but I can't put too much in. Mrs. Marshall will yell at me for sure. And I got a little bit of this Pit Boss Tennessee apple butter seasoning. It's pretty good. We'll give that a shot. You gotta be careful with this stuff because it's apple butter, and if it tastes too sweet, Mrs. Marshall's not gonna like that either. All right, also I found some of this pot roast seasoning mix. I'll add a little bit of that in there. Might as well add it all. And there's the seasoning mix all mixed up in the frying pan. I have some olive oil warming up. As soon as that warms up, I can dredge the meat in the flour and get it in that oil and start the first part of the cooking process. And while I'm waiting, I will pour myself a little of this Maker's Mark Community Batch. This is awesome stuff. A little stronger than the regular Maker's Mark, but I can get the cork back on it, right? Good stuff nonetheless. All right, I think that oil may have gotten a little too hot. I turned it down a little bit. We'll see what happens when I stick the... Yeah, she's a little hot, but nonetheless, here we go. Probably gonna sizzle pretty good. Not too bad. There she goes. The nice thing about me being the one to cook, because I did cook, Mrs. Marshall cleans up the mess. Most times. It's pretty early. I may have most of this mess cleaned up before she gets home. I'm hoping you can see that I'm not in the way. She's down to get a fork so I can move some stuff over here. Use this knife. That was hot. And it's going to turn out amazing. I'll go ahead and cut it here. I won't make you watch me fry all this up. There, I just flipped the first batch. You can see that seasoning mix all kind of caramelizing in that frying pan. When I'm done, I will add it all back. I'll take the meat all out, and then I will fry up. I have 3 medium-sized white onions cut up. I'll fry them in this to get them a whole bunch of flavor and put them back in there. All right, done with the flour and the seasoning. You can see on the blue plate here, I've got the first batch out. I turned down the heat a little too much. I had to wait a little bit for the oil to get hot again to sear these up really good. But so far, looking pretty darn good. I'll bring you back in a minute. There's the second batch of them now flipped, cooking nicely. And I wish you guys could smell this because it smells amazing. Okay, the second batch is out of the oil. Now it's time to add the real flavor. Yeah, my hands are going to smell like onions for the rest of the day, but it's worth it. I'm going to save a few of these onions and add them later. Oh, looking good. I've found that I enjoy cooking. It's something that I can do. It's almost like when I work on a truck or a car and I accomplish what I set out to do. I repaired it, I fixed it. I can step back and say, man, that's awesome. Look what I just did. I know we're men and that's what we do, but you get the same feeling from cooking. You make a dish like this, and when it's all said and done, you step back and you get to eat it, or you share it with your family or your friends, and it's quite a sense of accomplishment. It feels good. Plus, Mrs. Marshall does not like to cook, and she's more than happy with the fact that I don't mind and I kind of rather enjoy it. So I'll bring you back in the next step. And to me, onions are not sauteed unless there's butter in there. It's smelling better every second that goes by. Oh, those onions are looking good, and man, do they smell good. Wow. All right, bring you back on the next step. Okay, those are nice. What we're going to do now, I'm going to add a little water. I have this brown gravy mix. If I can find my scissors, I'll just cut it with this knife. I'll stir in a little of that with that water and the onions. Oh, look at that. Yum. Turn the heat up a little bit. Probably need a little more water. The city water in our town sucks. We don't drink it. Don't even cook with it. It's hard water. You can't make coffee with it because you'll go through a coffee pot in about a month. So we'll let this cook and thicken up a little bit. Look at that gravy now mixing in with those onions and that creamy butter. Awesome. Now, here we go. The main part of the dish. It's hot. Putting the kids in the pool. Wow, yum. Now I'll let that simmer, flipping the meat over every once in a while, letting it soak up all that flavor before I add the rest of the onions on the top, and it goes in the oven for about an hour, hour and a half. Man, that looks good. All right, I guess you get to look at me for a little bit now while this is simmering away and that gravy is thickening up, and I have a couple jars of gravy too that I may add to it. We'll see how this thickens up. I may not need them, but this is fun. I should have been making some cooking videos a long time ago. And here's all that yummy goodness just simmering away. Man, if you guys could only smell this. If you could only come and eat it with me. All right. There's one last look at it. I just put the last of the raw onions on the top there. So we can have a few of them that are a little crunchier. But that's pretty much it. It'll end up going in the oven for an hour, hour and a half, and baking away. And I think I am going to add 1 jar of gravy with it and mix it up a little bit. But if I wait until it's totally done and comes out of the oven, because I want to time it so it's ready to come out when Mrs. Marshall is getting home from work, it'll be late, and I don't want to be messing around with trying to edit and put together a video when she's home. I'd rather spend my time with her than you folks. So, but the last step is it goes in the oven for an hour, hour and a half, at about 350, and just let her bake away. So, and yes, I was nice. I had some time on my hands, so I've already cleaned up the mess and done the dishes. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and end this here and go ahead and put this video together and get it posted. So I'm done messing with this so I can enjoy that awesome venison baked steak when it comes out of the oven. So this is Scott, your Hoosier Marshal from Northeast Indiana, reminding you, make sure you tell those you love what they mean to you, because you never know when it may be too late. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for watching, and take care.